by myself.
Good job.
I did it all by myself. Do you need anything else there? You want to do anything? I just gotta go wash my hands. Are you just gonna end it with whatever you want? Is that what you're doing? You get to spice it up 30 seconds? Welcome to the Fox Valley Fantasy Football Show!
Season 6, Episode
7.
7.
I hope you
Here we
enjoyed
are.
the new music for the night.
I did.
I had some fun earlier because I
Some
got all my
guitar
Wednesday
in there,
prep
man.
done early.
Wow.
Yeah, let's
Love
go. We kicking
Love
it
it.
off right away?
What is tonight's quick question, gentlemen?
That's a great question about what tonight's quick question is.
So the question about what
Yes.
it is a great question?
Yes. So, here we go. Guys, if you started a food truck, what kind of food would you serve out of it? I feel like I just did a family feud thing there.
A family food
We
thing?
asked
Survey
We
said!
asked 100 people. You start a food truck, what kind of food do you serve out of it? I could be Steve Harvey.
Yeah,
I don't think you
Pretty
could.
good, actually.
Yeah, that wasn't
I
bad.
thought that was good.
yeah.
By the way, say hello in the comments so we know who's out there, and feel free to comment all along the show, including what
Absolutely.
food you would do in the food truck.
So, what's
Am
it
I
be?
going
What'd it be,
first?
John?
Go for it.
So mine is magnificent because I'm doing a fusion.
Okay.
Okay.
Fusion is when you get two different foods
Yeah.
and you mix them together.
Yeah.
Mine is really just a food truck with two types of food in it.
Okay.
But you
yeah.
can order them both. Number
All right.
one, I can never find this anywhere really good of what I like.
All right.
Chinese food.
Okay.
Secondly, funnel cakes.
Ah.
One side
okay.
Chinese food, but you can get dessert funnel cakes in there. So like if you want a funnel cake, you say give me a funnel cake and I'll give you like you can have the fruity filling, you can have ice cream, you can have whatever you want on
Broccoli
it.
and beef.
No, not on the funnel cake.
Okay,
There will
all
be
right.
strict rules.
Yeah.
You cannot have gross tasting funnel
Okay.
cake.
All right.
However, you can still have any kind of Chinese food you want. We'll put it in the little
Yeah.
white boxes and you can eat it right out. It'll
Yeah.
be amazing. 'Cause
Isaac's a big fan of funnel cake.
so you need Chinese food and you need funnel cake.
Yeah.
That's what I got
Yeah.
for my food truck.
Yeah. One of our
What about yours
biggest
there?
family debacles is Isaac overeating on funnel cake and getting sick. But anyway,
Like not feeling well or like
yeah, he felt terrible.
getting sick?
Yeah,
And
like No, he
He
was,
just felt horrible.
Too many. It predominantly involved the toilet after that.
But
so,
just too much.
oh yeah, he pounded so much of that. He was fairly young.
You generally just eat
Yeah,
one.
I know,
And
but-
if you're fairly young, you generally eat part of one.
They got a big one, and they left it to him, and he just kept eating it, and it was so.
Well,
yeah.
when I was a kid, we always went to the amusement park by my house, and they had a funnel cake stand, and they couldn't get funnel cakes anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I would save my money to go to Valley Fair Amusement Park.
Yeah.
And I would get a funnel cake.
Yeah. All right,
I
Daniel,
loved it.
what do you got?
I would
Loved it.
serve
Funnel
the
cakes.
best steak sandwich in the valley.
Oh. Okay.
Steak and Swiss have like a few
Wait.
different
Are you
types
doing
of
like the Philly
sauce
cheesesteak
to
or
put on
doing
it.
like a steak
like
sandwich?
a steak sandwich.
Yeah.
Like
not
it's a
cheesesteak.
thick, not
Yeah.
sliced.
Like
It's
a
just a
good
full
slab of
steak.
steak.
Yeah.
Like the Sender's sandwich, but with.
Yeah.
I had
the
that
other
on
day.
Monday. I had
I-
a steak sandwich.
I regretted my decision. I wanted that.
Yeah,
Wasn't your
they
burger
should have done
good?
My
that.
burger was awesome, but
Yeah,
steak
but those
sandwich,
steak sandwiches there are good.
it was
Yeah.
very good.
All right,
too
I
hungry.
like
I've
it.
been having steak sandwich at Cinder's since 2007.
Yeah, Jen and I haven't been back for a while. We used to go a
I was
lot.
just there for the first time.
Yeah. All right, so I like it. I would go to Daniel's food truck. I don't know about John's. Not
You don't
a big
want a
Chinese
funnel
food
cake?
eater.
You don't want
Not
a
a big
funnel
funnel
cake?
cake eater either. But
I go for the
Nonetheless.
Chinese.
He's got
Yeah.
issues. You
Although-
don't like
just-
funnel
Although
cakes?
Yeah.
a food truck ran by, or a Chinese food truck ran by a white guy, I don't. I wouldn't
That'd be
trust
questionable.
It's just the food.
yeah, you would be the owner. You wouldn't be the cooker, right?
Well, there'd have to be a lot of training
Yeah.
if I was going to
Yeah.
cook anything.
So I'm assuming again that I don't have to cook anything. 'Cause,
Hold on. Eric's got a food truck
Ooh,
idea.
smoked pork mac and cheese. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
a different mac and cheese truck that could work. I would go with. This is fairly obvious.
Wait, tell him Chris's.
Chris says he can't answer because he's a customer.
Oh yeah, and I mean anybody who knows me knows the answer to this. There's only one correct answer when it comes to food trucks, and it is Mexican style street tacos. Those are the best things to get from food trucks.
Nice.
FYI, little shout out, Diablo food truck down on the corner here is now
First of
over
all, you
by
can't
us.
shout that out
Oh, I can
because you know
shout
what
it out.
Diablo means.
Well, still, but Diablo tacos, you know, they're
I've
fire.
seen them down in the corner by
Oh, they're
Menards there,
good.
by Chuck
So
First
of
I
all-
would sell tacos,
first
but
of all-
obviously I wouldn't make them because I don't know how to make good Mexican style
But-
tacos. I would hire Marissa's mom, AB's mom,
There you go.
to come and.
I like how you said Marissa's mom and not
Well,
AB's.
I
mom.
always
That
think
was
her. I
amazing.
always think of her as Marissa's mom because Abby was the first one, you know, to interact with the
Diablo
families.
Taco was first down on College Avenue on the other side of town, but now they've got two.
That's correct.
One on the east side on
Yeah.
College and one on the
Yeah.
west side.
So
Nice.
tacos it is. Alrighty,
And Chris is going to do nothing but eat.
he'll eat
Yes.
all of them. I like it. That's fine.
Chris, come on. You're more creative than that.
Now, Chris is a customer. I like it. I would rather
We
be.
can all be
world
customers.
I would rather
This
be a
is a
customer.
fictitious world we're talking about. It's
Yeah.
not like you actually have to work in the food truck.
Yeah. Are you talking about like a
It's
fictitious?
just talking about
Is it-
having food that's
is it
good
a-
to eat.
Is it a fictitious world like the fictitious world that would involve you winning a game in fantasy?
I have no reply.
Moving
All
on,
right.
first
Anyway,
stud.
here we go. We got the stud of the week, and the stud. Oh my! I am loving living the Travis Kelce life.
Ugh.
It is Travis Kelce with 36.9 fantasy points, 12 catches, 179 yards with a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Me in the men's league, Evan in the youth league, and both of us won this week because when you get 37 points from your tight end, you're in good shape.
Can you move it along?
No, I can't.
tired.
I'm
tired
excited
of
about
listening.
this.
Nobody cares but you.
Some honorable mentions, and I love this next one. A.J. Brown, also on my team.
Boo.
Patrick Mahomes shows up for one of the first times this year in a big way. Deontay
Eric, I'm
Foreman.
booing because you had to go
Deontay
against
Foreman
Mahomes.
playing some football. Jordan
Boo.
Addison. And
I like Jordan Addison in real
yeah,
life, but not
and
fantasy
how about
football.
this one? Lamar Jackson.
Ooh.
And Isaac was very excited, so much so that he left him on his bench this week.
What?
And anyway,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
And
had
he
him
put
on
up
the bench.
40 in the
and
youth
he was
league.
Wow.
fortunate to win. But nonetheless,
How do you get 40
nonetheless,
in the youth league?
it's a 6-point touchdown league. I have
It
the
is?
settings set different.
Since when?
Yeah. I changed it.
I wonder
last
why
year.
quarterbacks are
Really?
Yeah.
scoring.
It evens out the
Okay.
rushing quarterback versus the passing quarterback a little bit.
I
But
don't remember that ever happening.
anyway, Anyway, neither here nor
I like
there.
there's more than one thing that goes on that I don't know that happens
Well,
that I never
I've
agreed
announced
to.
it every single year when we've
You
made
have not
changes,
announced
and
anything.
you guys may have forgotten, but I have announced
It's
it
probably
every year.
because I'm setting up everything.
Alrighty, here we
Good
go.
Studs. Oh,
My goodness.
I thought I clicked it. Okay, there it is.
Good job.
Sorry about
I
that.
appreciate that. That's
That was-
very
that was-
appreciative. All everything that happened there.
You guys have no idea how much that irritates me. But nonetheless.
I
Nonetheless.
think it's amazing that it irritates you.
It's funny.
It's
the bust
just a
of the
little
week.
sound.
Bijan Robinson. Okay.
Oh, Chris. Sorry, buddy.
There were quite a few bad
Yeah.
ones. But the
Yeah.
fact that Bijan, the record said that he didn't feel himself.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling
Come
it.
on.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling
Come
it.
on.
Aren't
You're
there
an NFL
sometimes
player.
you don't
Go
feel
travel
yourself?
Europe,
No.
Bijan. Go find yourself.
You're paid millions of dollars to play football. If
Right.
you got a little tummy ache, go play football.
What if he has appendicitis and you're making fun of him right
Then
now?
that would have been put in that
Maybe.
he had appendicitis.
Well,
Right,
maybe they
yeah,
don't
I
know yet.
One rush for
Could be.
3 yards. Chris had him in the men's league. Brody had him in the youth league. Of course,
Yeah.
they both started him.
And they didn't announce squat, so
No,
you
they
didn't
didn't.
know that he
I watched
was not
the
gonna
whole
play.
time, and it's like he had
Yeah.
zero carries.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yep,
Yeah, well, he just had a
that
headache.
hurts.
Yeah.
That one hurts.
Some honorable mentions: Austin Eckler, 5.5 points. Boo.
Boo.
Raheem Mostert, 6 points. Boo.
Boo.
Josh Jacobs, 5 points. Boo.
What do you notice about two of those first three
I
players,
have
John?
both of them are my
Yeah,
starting
exactly,
running
yeah.
backs.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
One of mine too, and their first round draft picks.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, 4.
Boo.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley, 1.5.
Wow.
Oof. Cooper Kupp, oof,
Man.
6.9. DK Metcalf, 0.
Another Bijan situation. Didn't
Yeah,
feel like it
Metcalf
was
wasn't-
announced very well.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even
They dropped
play.
him like right at the end.
Who
Yeah.
was that?
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, Metcalf. And then Deshaun Watson, 1.8.
Yeah, an honorable
And then-
mention to basically all quarterbacks other than Mahomes
And
and,
Lamar
Lamar Jackson this
Jackson.
week.
Pretty much.
What is wrong with quarterbacks this year? They are like really awful.
Yeah.
Like you
They're-
either get a good week or an awful week.
I
There's
think
nothing
this
in
is the
between.
year
Jared
of the
Goff.
DST, I think
Yeah.
is what it is.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is terrible. This is some bad quarterbacks.
All right, what do we
Yeah.
got in the youth league, Aaron?
Alrighty, here we go. Starting off, and John, are you as excited as I am about this first announcement? You and me, the Juggernaut in the youth league.
Hey, did you see I changed their name?
I did, but I'm still going to announce this. The Blunder Twins have become the Juggernaut! Yes!
Good
So
for
we
you.
went from
Good for
Blunder
you.
Twins to this week's Juggernaut.
That's
if
our
you
new
check
team
out
name, is
our
this week's
team name.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, yeah.
We're
And-
gonna keep that team name every week the rest of the season.
We had 149.1 points. We blew out every other
We
team.
blew everybody
The
out.
next closest team was Evan with only 148.3
He was
points.
so far
so we
behind us
blew
by
him
1
away this
point.
week by less than
We
a point.
blew him away.
And
Can
we
you
had.
imagine if Evan
I
was
know.
a Juggernaut? What would have happened in the
I
group
mean, we'd
text?
never hear the end of that. We would never hear the end
Can
of
you
that. It would
imagine
have been
Evan
amusing.
what he would say to
It would have
AB
been
if
amusing,
he...
him and AB. We'd had about 65 texts.
We should have
in
benched
35
somebody. We should have
seconds.
just benched just to
But
see what would have
anyway,
happened.
Josh Allen, 28.3. Jameer Gibbs
Yeah.
finally gives us a game, John, after drafting him and playing him.
And the only reason, though, he gave us a game is because
I
Montgomery's
know.
injured.
Yeah, and Amon Ra, 24.2. And Puka was back, 24.4 points. So some big
Very
ones.
nice.
And the caboose of the week.
Wait, you got to say his original.
Yes, what
Team
was
name.
I don't remember what the original
It was.
team name
It was Unbeaten for Life.
Oh, yeah.
Undefeated for life.
So the
Undefeated
caboose,
for life.
in an appropriate turn of events, is
Appropriate.
Abraham Garcia, who
You
used
his
to
whole
be
name.
unbeaten for life, and now for whatever reason is Gimme Waddle back, Pastor Daniel, and he scored.
Did you
Listen
draft
to
Waddle?
wait for
Yeah,
it. Wait
yeah,
for
Waddle.
it.
And
You
he
guys
was really
ready for
mad
this?
about it.
After hearing about it endlessly from Abraham for 6 solid weeks, here are his points: 67.56 points. It gets better. How you like some Jared Goff, AB? 9.3. Raheem Mostert, 6.1. Zach Moss finally comes back to earth at 7.2. Keenan Allen, 9.5. and DK Metcalf with the big goose
Big ol'
egg.
zip.
So a rough one for Abraham.
By the way, on Sunday I said, there's no real hate here,
Yeah.
AB. Before church, no
Yeah.
real hate. And I
Right.
said, we're just teasing. There's nothing there. And you know what his response to me? If you can't beat him, own him.
Yeah. Now, I
And by the way,
promise.
hold on.
No, I said
Okay.
if you beat him, you own him.
But no, what he told me is that if you can't beat him, own him. So
Oh,
what
okay.
happened was he was owned by the entire
That's
league
correct.
this
He
year.
Now,
was.
I promised Abraham, okay, in youth earlier, that you were going to really let him have it for this loss.
Why was I going to do that?
So do it.
First of all, I'm not prepared. Second of all, why would I kick a man while he's down?
Because that's how we do it.
I know, but you just did like a whole half hour ripping on him. You went through his entire
I was giving you
lineup
5
and-
minutes to prepare, to really
But you
tear
had
into
to
Abraham.
tell me that I have to
Okay,
prepare.
well, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to Abraham a little bit more.
This is what I have to say to Abraham.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you were the
Yeah.
caboose.
we'll just do some
I've been
comparisons.
there. I understand.
Abraham, so John and I would have beat you with 2 players.
Oh no,
Abraham, this is one of the lowest scores I've ever seen in the youth league. Abraham, if you would have checked your team early enough, you would have known that DK Metcalf was out before the game. Abraham, you know what happens when you play Jared Goff? You get hosed! So, hopefully you have now learned your lesson about playing fantasy football in general, because we've all learned it.
I don't
And
think I
it
needed
is-
to prepare anything.
It
You were
is
well
time.
prepared.
It is
Not at all.
time,
Yeah.
Abraham. It was time. So,
All right, we
I like
going?
how you volunteered me to
well, I was going to give you a chance.
Well,
you know.
Yeah. I don't think AB's even watching. There's
Oh,
only
he
5
is.
people watching right
He is.
now.
He told me he was
he
going
He
to
said
watch.
he's gonna watch.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't know.
Yeah, he told me he was going to watch.
We'll
so
see. We'll
there
see.
you go,
We'll see the
Abraham.
comments.
He's probably doing
He's-
homework.
Maybe.
Could be.
Doubt it. He's probably doing the closing response questions. That I
Yeah.
tell everyone to
Yeah,
do at home.
exactly.
He probably
Yeah.
is. He's
Yeah.
probably praying while you're ripping on him the entire
It
time,
could be.
Aaron. He's probably seeking the Lord
It
with
could
all
be.
his heart, and you're just
Could be.
tearing him down.
Could be.
Here we go. It's this week's fastest 3 minutes.
Dun.
Starting off, it's the upset of the year. Isaac Gerlitz versus Gimme Waddleback PD.
What
AB.
in the world?
AB's luck finally ran out this weekend, man. He complained. Endless text. Hey, I hate fantasy. AB, you're 6-1.
This is so unfair!
It's unfair. DK
Yeah.
Metcalf was ruled out at the last minute. He had Zip. Kittle and DJ Moore, 13 each, were the highest scoring on his team.
Yeah.
Jared Goff only 9, Mostert was 6. We just talked about this. Keenan Allen 9. His bench was no better. But Isaac Gerlitz,
Yeah.
total opposite.
Yes.
Deontay Foreman, awesome
Isaac
pickup for
Gerlitz
him.
is an enigma.
Yeah. no
33 points for Foreman, 25 for Tyreek
Yep.
Hill. Kirk Cousins, Dallas Goedert, Jacoby Myers all pushing 20 points.
Wow.
Watch out for Isaac. He crushes AB 136 to 67.
My goodness.
More than doubles up on him.
That's right.
And AB, if you can't beat him, hate him.
Oh, snap.
Whoa!
Next up, it's hurts to lose to Eric versus I Love Lucky Charms. The leprechaun himself, Brody. Brody swapped. Okay, if Brody would have swapped Jackson Smith and Jigba for either Tyler Lockett or
KJ Osborne.
KJ Osborne, thank you, who were both in single digits, he would have won. Or he needed something out of Bijan Robinson too. He would have won there. Instead, Eric pulls out an upset with Jonathan Taylor, 21 points, 20 from Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah.
17 from Stephon
Wow.
Diggs.
Wow.
He only had 113 total, but it was enough to beat Brody with only 94. Brody, does it hurt to lose to Eric?
You know
It's a
what I've
question
heard?
we often ask ourselves.
You know what I've heard?
Yeah.
It hurts to lose
It
to
hurts
Eric.
I've
to
heard,
lose to
yeah.
Eric. Eric's only 3-4, knocks Brody down to 5-2.
Wow.
Next up, it's King of the Hill, Tristan, taking on Martin Luther.
Yes.
Evan, the Luthers showing off big at time this week. 29 points from Alvin Kamara, 36 from Kelsey.
My goodness.
Showing off for Taylor again. 20 from Derek Carr.
Did he roll
had-
out Derek Carr?
He rolled out Derek Carr.
Oh, my.
He had 4 Saints.
Wow.
Starting for obvious reasons, given the name, of course.
Holy
Martin
cow.
Luther, the Saints.
Yeah.
But it worked. 148 points for Evan this week to 127 for Tristan. Tristan had a good week, though. Jordan Addison, 32, 19 from Barkley. Jordan Love, about 19 too,
Yeah.
but not enough
Not
for
enough.
him.
He may have had an okay week, but his
It's
team
an
name's
okay
not
week.
okay.
Just, no,
Yeah.
change your
Yeah.
name, Tristan. Come on.
Yeah.
Next up, it's this
Next
week's
matchup.
Juggernaut.
Yeah! It's us,
This
Aaron!
week's
You
juggernaut.
and me!
versus.
Do you like how we had to
Christian-
keep saying it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they put it in our name?
Yeah, yeah.
Juggernaut. This is the closest I'm going to be the Juggernaut all
That's
year.
right.
Is
Yeah.
the fastest
Yeah,
3
yeah.
minutes your portion or not?
I'm the Juggernaut. It's the biggest, my
yeah.
favoriteest thing.
These guys versus Christians is my firm foundation. Casey, 43 points from Mahomes, 22 from McCaffrey, 19 for Cook. Wait a minute. That's Casey's team.
Yeah.
Casey had 127.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good week.
Yeah, exactly.
But 0 from Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ouch.
Only 4.2 from Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Hurts.
You're kind of asking for it
He
with that
needed
Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
everything he could get to
Yep.
beat the Juggernaut. Allen, Gibbs, St. Brown, Nakua. The Broncos defense even had you in the teens.
Yep.
149 points. You guys climbed to 3 and 4.
Climbed to 3 and 4. Yeah, we're rough.
Casey-
We're a little rough this
Casey
year.
is right below you. At
Hey,
2 and
a
5.
win's a win, and we're Juggernaut. That's all that matters.
Lastly, it's the sympathy match here. It's mark my words, myself
Yeah.
versus I give up.
That was the best title to a matchup ever.
The
The sympathy match.
match. I'll be honest, I felt bad for Isaac. It's been such a rough year for him.
You did not do that on purpose.
He hurt his ankle in his last soccer game. Felt bad for him. I let him win. Okay.
Yes.
That is
We're
not
done.
what happened.
We're done.
That was nice of
Fine,
you.
fine. You want to know what happened?
I do want to know what
You
happened.
want to know what happened?
Yes.
All right.
Tell us
First
what
of all,
happened.
Mark Andrews had 22 points for me. Sweet.
Yep.
Darren Waller had 22 points for me.
Darren
gotta watch.
Waller and Mark
Whatever.
Andrews.
I'm watching Lamar Jackson destroy the Lions. Just
Yeah.
torch him. 40 points. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, oh, he's got him on his bench. Ha! That's rough. And then, so it came down to
Yeah.
me having Tua and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Awesome combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Needing to beat out Brock Purdy and A.J. Brown.
Wow.
Should be okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No problem. But if you saw either of the games, you know how that ended up. Tua and Waddle had 12 points each. Purdy had 14 and A.J. Brown had 30. Isaac beat me by 20. 129 to
Yeah.
109. Isaac gets his second win of the year. I get my fourth loss of the year.
Man.
I'm still the best 3 and 4 team in the
What
league.
Yeah.
did you climb to?
Yeah.
You
3 and
climbed
4.
down to 3 and 4.
I
We're
climbed-
climbing up,
climbed
and
backwards
you're climbing
to 3
down.
and
That's
4.
all I know. Different directions.
Oh
is all I
my.
said.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the
Congratulations,
power
Isaac.
rankings. Get your jam going.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Here we go. After the sympathy match, coming in at number 10, it's
Oh,
Mark
come on.
My Words,
No.
Pastor Daniel. Last week he was number 3, like you just said, down to 3 or 4. 109? 109, that's like my men's league score, and I'm like the worst.
Why is AB not there? He had 67.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
67!
I'll tell you why in a second, because one team is not 3 and 4, the other
Yeah.
team is.
Yeah.
And one team is an adult, and the other team isn't. And plus, one team lost to the team who's titled, I Give Up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but this was the
Sympathy.
opportunity to really rub it into AB.
But Isaac
Yeah.
had literally given up, and
No,
you
he
lost
didn't.
to
If
somebody
he'd
who
literally
had given up.
He wouldn't have started
No, it's
anybody.
literally in his
Oh,
team
my.
name. Coming in at
my.
number
Cheryl, I
9.
don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm
What did she say?
She said maybe one day you'll be good at fantasy.
I'm
You're
disappointed.
mediocre in the men's
I'm
league, though.
disappointed
I am,
with
yeah.
the power ranking. I'm disappointed.
It doesn't matter if you're disappointed. I'm very happy. Coming in at number 9, it is the worst team name in the league, King of
Okay.
the Hill.
Yeah.
Because if you're number 9, you're not King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Last week he was number 6 and he lost to Evan. He's 3 and 4. He had a good score, but he lost.
Yeah.
He's got a bad team name. He's bad overall. Not feeling the power in this team. He was mediocre. He's a little bit better
Yeah.
than mediocre. He's got no sizzle to the team, so
Yeah.
that's why he is number
Yeah,
9.
Okay.
But he's tied at number 9 with Christians is my firm foundation.
Okay.
He's 2 and 5, and he had the same score as King of the Hill, so that's
Okay.
why they're tied.
Okay.
And I get the same feeling. There's just nothing there to get
Yeah.
excited about. There's no
Yeah.
power, there's no juice,
Yeah.
there's no energy.
Yeah.
So they're both at number 9. And coming in at number 8, there's no number 8 because there's 2 teams tied
Okay,
at
so
9.
we skipped one. All right.
Yeah, no, there's just no. I didn't skip. There's just no number 8.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
fine.
Number
I get it.
7,
we
it
skipped
hurts to lose to Eric.
Okay.
He was number 7. He's still number 7.
Excellent.
He barely beat Brody, who had less than 100 points.
Yeah.
And he's got a better team name than what he had before.
Okay. Yeah.
His last team name was just not good.
This is a better team name.
Belichick himself.
Yeah, this is a better
good.
team name.
So that's something good, but still, you know.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 6, this week's Juggernaut.
I don't know why I'm fiving you on that. We should be like number 1 or something.
We were the Juggernaut, but we were number 10, and we're still 3 and 4, so we should not be in the top half of the power rankings.
We missed an
if
opportunity.
we're 3
we
and 4.
should have been number 1, and Abraham should have been number 10.
But we don't have that kind of power. One
Yes,
week
we
does
do.
not make you a powerful
Yes,
team.
we do.
A 3 and 4 record
You
does
can
not
do-
make you a powerful
Clearly,
team.
you can
Sharing
do
my
whatever
team
you
with
want
you
with
does
this
not
power
make me a
ranking.
powerful team.
Clearly, you can do whatever
Coming
you
in
want.
at number 5, it's I Love Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
He was number 2, only scored 94 points, not very powerful,
Yeah.
but he's still 5 and 2. And that's why he's in the top half of the
Yeah.
power rankings.
He's
He could-
magically delicious.
and he could be going down to the bottom half
Yeah.
if he doesn't improve.
Okay.
Coming in at number 4, I give up!
Wow.
He
I don't
was
know.
number 8,
Yeah.
but he's number 4 this week. He had given up, but he won anyway. The
Okay.
one who said that he wouldn't obey, but then that's what it was. I have a whole spiritual thing.
Okay.
So Jesus told the parable, and he said, which one is obedient? The one that said, I will do it,
Okay.
Father,
Yes.
and then
And
went
then
didn't do
don't
it,
do it, yeah.
or the one who said, I won't do it,
Yeah.
but then went ahead.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac, he said he gave up, but he really
But he
didn't.
went ahead and won. Okay,
and that's
all
why he's number 4. You
All
can't
right,
just
then.
head in the game. You gotta keep
I
your
know.
head in the
Isaac,
game.
Isaac, you're an inspiration to all of us. Thank
He
you.
won, he moved up, but let's see if he stays there. He's only
Okay,
2 and
yeah,
5.
Yeah,
see.
yeah. All right.
Coming in at number 3, it's Martin Luther. He was number 5,
Yeah.
and he won. He's 4 and 3.
Yeah.
Evan is 4 and 3. He's got a winning record, second highest
Yeah.
score. He
I
had
don't
the
know.
second highest score and 1 point away from the
I
Juggernaut.
don't know how Evan has a
Yeah,
winning record.
He
Yeah.
was
I
mediocre,
don't
but
like
was
Evan at number
outstanding
3
this
either.
week.
Yeah.
But not moving up really that much. He only went up 2 spots.
Yeah. I still don't like him at number 3. But
Coming in at number 3, tied with Martin Luther Evan,
Yeah.
it's Isaac Gerlitz. He was number
Okay.
4. He moved up 1 spot with the win over AB.
Yeah.
I gotta give him a little credit.
yeah.
There was talk that he might be the Juggernaut in the group text. Did
Yeah.
you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
People were
Yeah.
saying that, and then I
Yeah.
had to send a screenshot of who
Uh-huh.
was gonna be Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He was mediocre. He's not mediocre this week. He's not really spectacular either. That's why he's tied for
Yeah.
number 3.
Okay.
Which means coming in at number 2, it's Gimme Waddleback PD. It is Abraham. He was number 1. Now he's 6 and 1 because he lost. You can't be the
I'm
caboose
not in on this
and
game. No,
have
I don't
only
know.
This is the worst
67,
power
and
ranking.
you
Yeah.
can't be number 1. And I heard it on Sunday. I said it before. If you can't hate him, own him. And he was owned by Isaac Gerlitz and the rest of this league this week. And so that is the end of the power ranking.
Awful power rankings.
Boo.
10
Comment if you agree
10
that's the
to
worst
2.
power rankings
Boo.
yet this
It's
season.
10 to 2.
And there was no number 1 because nobody deserved it, right? So, I mean, that I agree with.
Yeah,
but I don't
yeah.
agree with
I agree.
Abraham.
So
at
you
2.
agree with the power rankings. You both
No.
said it. You both agree.
No,
I don't
Abraham
agree
is
Thank
with
you
Abraham
very
should
much.
be at the bottom.
Now we're moving on to the
All right, here we go,
league.
men's league.
Men's
On to the
league.
matchups.
Check this out.
Daniel's got some real groove music for us, guys. And
Loving it, baby.
before we move on, we gotta follow the trade to see what is going on this week. Now
Okay.
here, since the big trade of Christian McCaffrey in the men's
Yeah.
league, Pastor Daniel and Judah.
Yeah,
Pastor Daniel is 2-0 in the men's league.
Yeah.
Judah is 0-2.
correct.
Okay.
4 points. So far after 2 weeks, you've got 67.
Okay.
Judah's got 49.
Okay.
So you're 20 points ahead, 18. But CeeDee Lamb was on a bye.
Yeah, that-
but I was
that-
checking the
yeah.
scores aren't too bad. But one team is undefeated.
Yeah.
The other team has no
I don't know,
wins.
man.
Wow. I'm just
I think it was a
saying.
bad trade on
I-
Judah's part.
I appreciate
I
it,
agree.
Judah.
He was robbed.
and Judah cost
You're
me a win.
literally a police
Judah
officer.
cost me a win
You
against
are
Daniel.
a military
Because he traded
policeman.
Daniel those players. He
You're a
should not have done
military
that.
policeman, and you committed a crime. You robbed Judah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
disagree.
in
he,
the
he
fantasy.
made
I
the offer.
disagree with that
I didn't
trade
even
that
talk
Judah
to
made.
him.
I disagree with him as well.
I would have given him a better offer.
First matchup.
Ridiculous. All right, here we go. First matchup. We're kicking it off with someone who is absolutely not dangerous, Eric, versus
Absolutely.
Gold
not.
David Knights, the other guy who is absolutely not dangerous. But in both of these teams, somebody had to win unless we got, a weird situation where they tied, which is possible. I was hoping for it, but we didn't. Eric pulled off the win in this matchup with a measly 125.86
First of all, 125. Some teams would like that score.
I know, but again,
That's a dangerous score if you ask me.
still, versus Dave, 98.56. That's more your style, right,
Well,
John?
hold on. That's not even Dave's style. He's
I know.
usually the biggest loser. Now he's just...
And Eric pulls
A
to
regular.
4-3. Dave drops to 2-5. And for Eric, I'm grudgingly giving him the Working Hard Award because it wasn't quite working hard.
Shout it out.
No, we're gonna whisper it.
What?
We're gonna whisper work.
I think that's disrespectful.
Just say it normal. You can't stop me. So that is the Working Hard kind of
I
award
abstain.
for Eric. That was the kind of Working Hard award.
He won.
I know, but you working hard has a high standard, and I don't like giving it
He's
to just
got
anybody.
5 of his players in double digits.
And
I
I'm
would
gonna talk-
sell
and I'm
my
gonna
left
talk about
ear
that.
for that.
So the kind of working hard is Jalen Hurts with 23.2, James Cook 19, Rashee Rice with 17, and he steals Jackson Smith and Jigba off the waivers. I had him on my bench for like 4 weeks, and he did jack squat.
Good job.
And Eric picks him up and plays him in 16, and the Browns with 14. Nobody else of note on his team. So can't really say overall working hard, kind of working hard.
I would pay
And
$20.
Dave,
I would pay $20 for that score.
obviously, Dave gets the award that John is more familiar with, hardly working.
I want you to know I actually do work hard. It just doesn't turn out.
In real life, you do. In fantasy, your team does not work hard, and neither does Dave's.
Neither of my
Howell
teams.
with 9.4 points, Madison with 6.2, Josh Reynolds with 6.3, Aaron Jones, a stinker of a week on the way back, 8.7, and the Packers in general stink with 2
Yes!
points. So a terrible week
I
for
love that
Dave.
game. Did you like watching that game, Pastor Dan?
That was
No,
that was pathetic.
it was just a
It
bad
was a
game.
bad game. They
I-
looked awful.
I had a lot of
Yeah.
fun watching that game.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I had
sure you
more
did.
fun
I'd
watching
say
Monday
you probably
night.
enjoyed the Vikings game.
So I gotta
more,
tell you a
but-
quick story about what happened Monday night.
Okay.
My wife is watching the game with me, and she's excited that they could win.
Yeah.
And I say, it's the 49ers. There's no way they're gonna win. And she's optimistic. And I say, Sharice, Emma's gonna
You
come in the
called her
story.
Emma?
No,
Okay.
Emma's gonna come in the story in a
All right.
second. My daughter,
How long
Emma.
is
I
the
say to
story?
okay, never mind.
I was listening to your story.
You can finish. I
No,
just-
it's fine.
I wanted to hear the
Anyways,
rest of it.
gonna come
Vikings
in later
win. I'm
on.
very excited. Yay for me.
Just
right.
stomping on
Next
your thunder.
matchup.
Next matchup, it's Christian McCaffrey, myself going against win. What's that the award? Winning since 1855. Randy, we all know that's his age. His
Yes,
birth year.
right.
It's
That's
also
it.
his shoe size.
Yeah,
Yeah. Going into this week, I was projected to lose by about 20.
yeah.
And then, well,
Woo! Well,
we can talk about this for a minute.
yes.
Welcome back to Jonathan Taylor. We got to give that going right away. Jonathan Taylor, 21 points.
Sing it out.
Back from the dead. Come on.
Welcome back.
Your dreams were your ticket out. Did you draft him or did you trade
no,
for him?
I
No, that
traded
was the
you
Kenneth Walker
for him.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. You traded
Turned out,
for
it'll
him.
My-
turn out okay for
my
both
trades
of us.
this year are
This
turning
was
out pretty good.
essentially what I expected. Is he'd probably be fine. I couldn't wait though. I had
Just
nobody
needed
else to
somebody
play.
else. Yep. Yep. So he was great. He had, 18 rushes, 75 yards, and a
Yep.
touchdown, 3
Yep.
receptions for another 45 yards.
Yep.
Awesome. I had Jameer Gibbs
Yes.
also this week,
Yep.
27,
Yep.
I think he put up. Who else did I have? You didn't write anyone else down. Well,
I
McCaffrey,
mostly
obviously.
did, yeah.
McCaffrey had, what, 18, I think?
Yep.
Not a great week for him,
20.
but decent.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who else I have.
Yeah. It was a good week.
I had a good week. 159 points for me. Randy, on the other hand, 130 points. Justin Herbert, only 10. Mason, who?
Jordan Mason.
Mason.
He was the McCaffrey backup.
Yeah, he was the backup.
Playing.
Yeah.
Maybe would have been a good pickup,
Yeah,
but McCaffrey
yeah.
played, so yeah, he had 0. Debo
Curtis
Samuel,
is who that is. Yeah,
only
sorry.
6.5, and because of that, we are giving Randy the. Oh, got music over it.
Wow, why do we have
That's
both?
cool.
He didn't
Hang
put.
on.
He had to put a clear in.
We'll do that
Okay.
again.
Here we
No,
go,
it's-
Randy.
It's a different thing.
Just can't do it, Captain.
I don't have the power!
Just not enough power for Randy this week. He projected to win by 20, and he loses by almost 30.
Yeah, that's hurt,
Woo!
man. That
I am
hurts.
4-3. Randy is also now 4-3.
You have
And
drug Randy
I
down.
am happy
yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
I'm just-
I mean,
Brought
Daniel.
Randy down.
Daniel, you're on a tear
I
in
am,
the men's league.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I told you you weren't so bad.
No,
Even
no.
when your wife is discouraging you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Take that.
That's how it goes.
I'm grooving to
Wives
this
like
music.
to poke at us a little bit. All right, next matchup, John.
The next matchup is Aaron
Yes.
Nathan
Uh-huh.
versus me.
Mm-hmm.
Professor X isn't dangerous either.
Yep.
So that's why I said I wish I had had that kind of
Yeah.
score that he had. Nathan wins. Surprisingly,
He must have had a ton of
Can't
points,
believe
right?
this.
Nathan
Right?
Nathan is the number 1 team in the league, and he's going against me when my team is horrible
Yeah.
and not dangerous either.
Mm-hmm.
And he won 103 to 100.
Oh, well, that's not a lot of points.
103
No,
to 100.
Yeah.
So we're giving Nathan the. It is certainly the Praise the Lord award, because I not only heard from Nathan, but I heard from Nathan's wife, Pastor Jessica, that Nathan was very scared
Yeah.
on Sunday that he was going to lose to me, which would have been humiliating to him.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
But he won anyways, because Stephon Diggs got 17, Saquon Barkley,
Yeah.
who all of a sudden decided to show up and
Yeah,
play, which
yeah.
I did not like,
Yeah.
had 19 points. And which Johnson?
Deontay
Johnson again,
Back from
who
injury.
was not supposed to, hasn't
Yeah.
done anything because he'd been hurt.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
got him 12 points.
Yep.
So praise the Lord for Nathan
Yeah, I know.
beating me.
Yeah.
I like how you worked that in. That I have to say that
Yeah,
together. I have to
yeah.
praise the Lord because Nathan beat me.
Right,
Yeah.
because praise the Lord at all
You know
times.
that I'm actually
Let
reading
his
it.
praise continually be on your lips.
I'm actually reading Job right now.
Are you? Yeah.
I don't agree with that. Should we accept only good from the Lord and not
That's
bad?
correct. Exactly.
You know,
Should
there's a
we-
great elevation song that talks about that.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Praise. You should listen to it.
And
I see what you did there, and I'm not amused.
Is that the song that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Why don't you like that song?
Great song.
Terrible song.
You
Great
just
song.
don't have to like the intro. We don't have to do
I
the
don't
intro.
like any part of it. There is no part of that song that I like.
Well, it doesn't matter.
and because remember, you and I have talked about this before. I'm not a 100% words listener. The words are
Neither am
important,
I,
but the
yeah.
music is also important.
There's not a lot of musical dynamic. To it.
Yes.
There's not.
Yes.
It's a good melody.
Yeah. Anyway,
about it.
carry on.
Anyway.
We got to hear about your
I
team,
like how
John.
you don't want to hear my story, but you'll ramble
I
on and on
really
about a song
want
you
to
don't
hear
like.
about this next
Come-
part.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I lost 100 points, and I'm down to 3 and 4, and I get the.
One of my favorites. I want to hear it.
Play
Do it again.
We'll play
You don't have to play it more than one time because he says it multiple
This
times.
is one of my
But-
favorite awards.
One more time.
Here we go.
Why is there whoopsie daisy?
Why is there a whoopsie-daisy, John?
This is what happened.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, 35 points.
Yes.
Yep.
Nobody else in my starting lineup, other than my kicker,
Mm-hmm.
got double digits.
Oh, okay.
All single digits.
Okay.
Including 4 wide receivers that I
Yes.
started.
Mm-hmm.
All in single digits.
Yeah.
And sitting on my bench,
Yeah.
Mr. Touchdown himself,
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton,
Yeah.
he has a total of 19.6 points.
I don't know why you didn't play him.
I
He's been
start
really good.
him trunks and treats, working Sundays. I had a membership meeting after church. I don't have time sitting around do this. I had a meeting before church.
Yeah,
I'm not looking around. I'm not really paying attention to my team.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm busy producing a dumb YouTube show
you've got
that I get ripped on the whole time, and
know.
nobody wants to hear
You've
my
got a
story.
job as opposed
I've got
to me
other
and
stuff.
Daniel who
You're
don't
not
do
doing
anything.
anything.
Right.
You're not doing anything at all.
I
Actually, I forgot to say that, and I'm glad.
that I'm not doing anything.
I'm glad that we're at minute 556
Okay.
that I finally used. I was going to say at the beginning.
Okay.
But I do appreciate how much you guys put into this, because you've been out of town the last 2 weeks and still put in all this stuff.
Yeah.
You figured out all of this stuff. You've got a baby. You got another baby on the way. I appreciate you guys doing all this stuff despite your busy schedules.
You're welcome.
I was just giving an excuse why I didn't start Cortland Sutton, which makes no difference. It makes no difference.
It would have made a difference.
It would have made a difference, but I don't know why I didn't start him. I don't know why he was
He's
on
been
my
good.
bench.
He's
I
been
don't
really
know what
good.
happened with that. So anyway.
Yeah.
Next matchup.
Anyway, here we are. This is the one. I mean, how cool is this? That it's not 2 weeks in a row, but it was like 2 weeks ago that I myself, oh happy Zay, am yet again
You have to hit the drop.
I'm giving him a chance here, and he's.
You gotta
he's
hit
thinking.
this, and then you go thumbs down.
Yeah.
You want me? Why don't you
No,
do that?
okay,
I'll do this.
okay.
That I myself, oh happy Zay, am yet again the Juggernaut! Raw power! I have no idea where my team is getting this raw power from, because when you look at it, it really doesn't look all that impressive. But when you are getting 36 points out of Travis Kelce and 30 points out of A.J. Brown and 24.5 points out of Josh Downs, and listen to this, Drake London continues to show up. 11 points, but I will take it. Kenneth Walker, 14 points. Jordan Love, 15 points. I am getting some points. That left me with 168.
I need to interrupt for a second.
Let me finish.
No,
I am 5-2. Yes, John.
Our ratings have gone down this year significantly.
Why is that?
Because you are no longer ranting. Because you are continuously winning in the men's
I'm
league.
giving positive
You have
rants.
nothing to be mad about, and people tune into the show to hear your angry speeches, and there haven't been any.
Yeah.
But maybe one.
There will be a rant later in the show, so I
Okay.
guarantee you.
All right.
Okay? So we'll get to it. Okay.
Anyway.
But anyway, 168 points.
But
I'm
you
the
wasted
Juggernaut.
the Juggernaut on
And
your matchup.
here's the
by
thing.
way.
Jason, how dare you make me waste a Juggernaut on that pathetic excuse of a
Is
performance?
this the rant we were waiting for?
91.3 points. The caboose. There are people in this league winning games with 103 points, and I put up 168 against your 91? What in the world is going on? I am so tired of wasting juggernauts on people that don't deserve it. What in the world is going on here? Jason, 91 points. The caboose in back-to-back weeks. Now, Jason, you realize I'm just teasing you. He's had some injuries, and he had a bit of a bipocalypse this week where everybody was on bye. But he's rolling out Zach Evans, who posts a 0, and DK Metcalf, who posts a 0. And that was a rough week.
Yeah.
Jason drops to 3-4. So, rough one for him.
The funniest part of all this is how you rant at our preview screen when our camera's right there.
Well, yeah, it's
hilarious.
tough for me to look at the
You need
camera.
to understand something, Pastor Daniel. When we were growing up, and we had one TV in the house, and our dads would model for us what to do when there's something on the television screen you didn't like. You would yell at the screen.
Right.
We didn't have
that's
a
right,
camera.
you yell at
So
what I'm
he's
looking
acting
at.
like his father.
Yes.
He's yelling at the
Yeah,
preview
it's-
screen,
yeah.
not at the camera.
Correct.
We
I don't
just
look
need
at
to
the camera.
shift the preview
Yeah, we
screen
need to
a little
shift
bit.
them to where they. Yeah,
Figure out a way to
exactly.
put it
Yeah,
right
we'll
there.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We just need to build a stand that has.
Anyway,
that
back to you,
built-in-
John. Let's hear it.
Next matchup.
I was waiting for next matchup.
I just
Next
Buzz.
matchup.
Next matchup is I Am Sorry, Wilson. Wilson
Yes.
versus wait a second. Versus picking your nose in La Porta Potty.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, I got confused
Got
there
confused
for a second.
there for a minute. Yeah.
So Ben has finally won another game.
Congratulations.
It's amazing. It makes me feel better that
It
I'm not
does.
alone anymore.
Ben. Yeah. I mean, wow.
And me and Eric are starting a support group for those that
Yes.
lose to Ben. So
Yeah.
if anybody loses to
Yeah.
Ben in the future, we're here for you.
Wow.
But Ben, insanely, the Moldovan maniac,
Yeah.
158.66.
Woo!
Wow.
And now
My.
Eric, feeling so bad,
Yeah.
144.96,
Wow.
145.
He had a good week
and
finally.
he loses. But let's get back to Ben. He's up to 2-5 thanks to me and Eric.
Yeah.
And he gets 2 awards this
Yes.
week.
Oh, what does it get?
First, he gets
Twin powers activate! Shape up, octopus!
Form of an ice unicycle!
First of all, you went to high five me. The Wonder Twins do the fist bump. You were
Hey.
like,
that beep irritated me so much.
your hand was like this before the
It
beat.
threw me off a
We'll
little
go
bit.
I don't
back
do
to
it
the
on
recording.
It threw me off a little bit.
I
He
don't do
gets
it on
the
purpose.
Wonder Twins anyways. For Patrick Mahomes, 36 points
Yep.
basically, just under,
Yep.
and Deontay Foreman, 33 points.
Big
so we're
time.
giving him his second award. Deontay Foreman, welcome back.
Now, this is welcome back for Patrick Mahomes, who has finally a big week. The Wonder Twins are Mahomes and
Welcome
Foreman. Your dreams were your ticket out.
I see what you did there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we say welcome back to Ben himself.
To Ben himself.
Oh, Ben.
Yes.
Welcome,
So
Ben.
welcome back, Ben.
Welcome back to winning again.
From Moldova.
And
Welcome back.
Moldovan maniac.
Moldovan, not Moldovan.
Welcome back,
Moldovan.
Ben, the Moldovan maniac. Dreams were your ticket out.
And unfortunately for Eric, picking your nose in the porta potty is
that's a
only
tough
gonna
one.
get you when you lose 145 points.
That is a tough
The
one.
biggest
You
loser.
get the biggest loser.
He had Jordan Addison get him 32,
I don't
but
even
Cooper
remember
Cup
who that
only
is.
6.9 points. And had he just needed a few more points, but
Yeah.
I mean 145, you can
Yeah.
expect
Yeah, you would
to
win.
do much better than that, especially Eric, who's been scratching
I know.
and clawing
I
and
know.
trying,
Yeah.
and he loses to Ben,
Yeah.
which you wouldn't suspect. 145 against Ben, you expect to win.
Got a great week out of Addison,
He did.
and Cup cost him the matchup.
Yep, I said that already.
I know. It's wild
Okay.
that Cup.
Next
Cup is
matchup!
Alrighty, here we go. The last one. I am excited to talk about this one for whatever reason, because it wasn't a particularly great matchup, but two of my favorite people that I love to rip on are both in this matchup. We have Chris, Mr. What Am I Doing at quarterback, versus Judah, What in the world am I doing in the trade market and with my team? And Chris, Wilson has ETN my quarterback,
Took me a
pulls
minute to
off
get that
the
one.
win with 112 points. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, Aaron, but that's not very many points. And you'd be right. So Judah pulls in to the station with 100.4 points and just gifts Chris the win. Now, I'm going to explain this because here is Chris's team. Deshaun Watson, minus 1.8. Bijan Robinson, 0.3. Calvin Ridley, 1.5. And you'd be asking yourself, Aaron, how is it possible for Judah to have lost to a team that posted those three scores? Well, Chris's team did have ETN with 22.7 and Andrews with 22.3 and Kamara with 29.3 and some kicker named Hopkins with 18 points. But Judah has Craig Reynolds with 3.5, Antonio Gibson that nobody's starting at 5.1, Rondale Moore with 4.6. And Judah ends up with a little bit of a bipocalypse. So, Chris, all I have to say for you is that your 5-2 is the luckiest 5-2 I have ever seen in my entire life.
Lucky.
I can't avoid it.
Play that again.
I
Chris needs to hear it at full volume.
Oh, full volume. There we go. Now it's full volume.
Lucky.
You are lucky, Chris. You have been lucky for 3 of your wins with those quarterback issues, and that is about as lucky as the Vikings. No, I'm teasing. The Vikings have been a little bit unlucky.
Really
but just some lucky results for Chris. A little bit unlucky for Judah because of his bipocalypse. But here's what I want to point out.
Hold on, before you point
Okay.
out, go ahead and read that
Yeah,
comment.
yeah. So Eric says, Jordan is in the other room and just asked, are you okay? And I said, yeah, why? And she's like, what's that noise? Me, oh, that's just Aaron yelling and ranting.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That is totally true. Anyway, so Judah, here's all I have to say to you, Mr. Judah Johnson. Meh. One word. That was a really, really pathetic performance.
Yeah.
And when Chris posts those 3 scores, here is what happened. You let Chris off the hook.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
You knew who Chris was. You knew he was not going to start a quarterback.
You
knew what was
Chris
going to happen. And you let him off the hook, Judah. You let him off the hook. And now he's 5-2. He's got a smug little cow smile that he's going to give to all of us every time he comes to church. And you let him off the hook.
Well, it's time for water bets right here.
Here we
We'll
go.
get them. All right.
So what did we do this week,
What
Daniel?
did we do this week? Well, let's see. There was Eric and Dave. Me and John picked Dave. You picked Eric.
Yep.
Eric won.
Yep.
Eidenbrock, that is.
Yes.
Chris and Judah. You and him picked Chris. I picked Judah.
Woo!
Well, Chris won.
Yep.
Eric Polda versus Ben. Ben's lost all year. Why wouldn't Eric win?
John, wow,
You
goes
picked
with
Ben.
Ben and gets the dub on that.
Got it. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I believe in Ben.
You and
Yeah.
Jason was a wash because we all picked you.
Yep.
Nathan and John was a wash because for some reason
Yeah.
we all picked
There
Nathan.
is a
Yeah.
reason that
Yeah.
everybody picked Nathan.
John
Breaking
chickened
There
out.
is, it's
and-
no chickening
Nah.
Hey,
out.
put it-
It's
put
just
it in
being
there.
realistic.
Hey, I want everybody to put it in the chat if you think John's a chicken for not picking his own team
Yeah.
in the matchups.
And
I'm
then-
not a
and
chicken.
then-
I'm smart.
So then it came down to Randy versus me. I picked me. You and John picked Randy.
Yeah.
But that was the only one that I
That
got
would, but
right.
yeah, hey, bet on yourself.
Was it not
and take
for
it,
that,
yeah.
I would have had zip. So
Yeah, that-
you guys both had 2 right. I had 1 right. So
Me and John
just me
stayed
getting wet
dry.
tonight. Does that mean that? No, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's this week's pick'em?
Alrighty, here we go to the next week's water bets. My goodness, the number,
Hey, it's
the
not-
number of beeps. that we
Listen,
have.
you need to understand it's not as easy as you think. It's hard to keep it from doing that.
I
He's not doing it on
I
purpose.
totally understand. I'm just making it a thing, right? So, all right, that is so loud. So anyway, here we go. First
Hey,
matchup:
the mic's right here.
I know.
You can be loud.
Randy versus Eric.
Brock. I hate
This
to do
is-
it. I
this
don't
is-
want to do it. I'm mad at myself for doing this. I'm picking Randy.
This is a grudge match between Eric and his grandfather, and they love to fight about their fantasy teams. So you got Randy, Daniel. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Randy too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going Randy. As
Oh,
well. I'm
wow,
not picking
okay.
Eric. Randy has been too good. He's had a lot of points. Eric could pull it off. His team is coming around, but I'm going
Next
with Randy.
matchup.
Next one, Daniel versus Judah.
Me.
You're going you?
I'm going Daniel.
What are you doing?
I just didn't know if there's anything. I'm going Judah.
Okay.
Somebody
All
in this
right,
room's
right,
got
okay.
some guts.
Well, except when it comes to your team later.
Nope.
All
that's
right,
just-
and then the next
That's
one.
just having a
This is
brain.
Eric Polda versus Dave. This is a rough one as well.
It is the sympathy bowl.
Yeah.
What did you say? The
Yeah.
sympathy matchup?
The sympathy match.
They're
Yeah.
both 2 and 5.
Yeah.
I'm going Eric. Because I'm
I haven't
sticking
looked to
with
see
Eric.
who has buys.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm-
sticking with Eric
gonna go
because
pull
he's
that
my
as well.
friend.
All right, I'll take Dave.
Okay. All
We'll
right.
mix it up.
Now we
Not
have
that I want to, but I
Jason
wanna mix it up.
versus Ben.
I'm going Ben.
Jason's got to come around at some point.
He
you
won
think,
for me
right?
last week,
Right?
so I'm sticking with Ben until he
I don't
doesn't.
know. Ben had a good week. Who are you taking?
I'll go with Jason. I think he had a bipocalypse. I'll go opposite
All
this
right,
one.
I'm gonna take Ben.
That's fine. I'll go Jason. Don't let me down, Jason.
Let him down,
Otherwise,
Jason.
I'll rant at you again next week.
Chris
I
versus
shall rant
John.
you again. Oh, sorry.
I'm
A
going
second time.
Chris.
Chris versus John.
All right, Chris versus John.
I'm
Who we
going
got?
Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going Chris too.
Yeah, I'm going Chris.
Yeah.
When are you gonna get with it and pick yourself?
And here
When my
we go.
team is any good.
Aaron
Number 1 versus number
versus
2.
Nathan.
I'm going Nathan.
That's fine. I'm
Yeah.
going Aaron. I
Who
am
you gonna
pulling
take?
this one off.
I'm going Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now, I am going to say this, and I'm going to let Nathan have it. All right, because here's
You're gonna
the
let him
situation.
have it like him win?
Nathan decides
Drown
to
out your
pick
voice
up
real quick.
Brock Purdy off the waiver wire for no particular reason and sit him on his bench for 3 weeks when I was trying to pick up a quarterback
That's
because I
good.
have somebody that's injured.
That's
And I
awesome.
offer Nathan, hey, what are you doing? I will trade you one of my quarterbacks, either one, for Purdy because I need somebody to start. And he laughs and says, I'm preparing for when my quarterback's on bye. 4 weeks in the freaking future. So here it is, Nathan. If I win this week, you trade me Brock Purdy.
No,
if
no.
you win,
No.
then you get to keep him.
No.
And also
This
remember,
just sounds like
What
good
does he get
strategy.
if he wins besides
one of my
Purdy?
quarterbacks.
But
he
they're
can
both
pick.
injured.
No, they're not. Just one of them.
Who are your quarterbacks?
Justin Fields and Love.
I wouldn't want either one of them.
That's not
doesn't
much
matter.
of a win.
Doesn't matter.
I think that's good strategy
Doesn't
on
matter.
Nathan's
Yeah,
part.
We talked earlier.
He blocked
we
you.
talked earlier, and he said that he was in on that. He said he would think about it, but I'm challenging him to be in, to put his money where his mouth
Here's the
is.
thing, Nathan will accept any bet thrown out. I think you need to do a side water bet and not do a Purdy trade. If
That's
you got
what-
if you got real guts that you
Yeah.
think you're gonna win, do a water
That's
bet.
what he said.
UV Nathan.
That's what Nathan said, and I will do that if you.
Done!
No, listen. If you
Hold
do
on.
the same in your matchup.
Hold on. I'm not the one picking myself. I'm gonna give you this award this week
This-
because you're afraid to
this
water bet
doesn't-
Nathan.
this has no
You're
effect
number
on me.
1 in the
I
league.
laid it out for you.
I'm number 15
I laid it
in the
out
league.
for you. I will do it in my
Because
matchup.
it's exactly the same.
If you do it in your matchup,
Do what?
a water bet
With who?
with whoever you're playing. See you
don't
next
even know who I'm
time.
playing.
You guys can keep complaining for a minute here. Here we go.
Do you need to add a second one
we
of
go.
those in the thing?
Nah, I just gotta clear it. There it goes.
Do you want to pack up your bubbles?